This is the Soul Fuel biogas plant at Kwasa Centre, and this is the report on the 25th of August 2016.
Okay, so what we've got here today, we've got the completed digester here on my left hand side, and what I'm going to do today is I'm just going to explain how the system works. What do we need to do in order to get it going? What do we need to in order to keep it going? What can go in there and what can't go in there? So basically, in a nutshell, this is a biogas digester that works on organic waste, and in this case it's going to be food waste that comes from kitchens, from restaurants and so on. So it's a very nice high protein value or in a calorific value. It's going to produce a nice amount of biogas. So that will go into the inlet of the digester. That's what you're seeing now. That is the inlet hole. Then where these slabs are, that is the actual digester. So underneath that we have got a 10,000 liter tank, and if you can go quite close up, you will see underneath it there's a grey dome, and that is the gas dome where the gas is going to accumulate. And from there you'll see there's a little pipe that goes out there, and that pipe is directed and relayed all the way to the kitchen of the school, where we will take a shot a bit later on that is going to show you where we're going to do the cooking. So what happens is this system works exactly the same way as a stomach. So if you're ever in doubt as to what you must do or what you shouldn't do, think about your stomach, because it's exactly the same system. The inlet of the digester that we just showed you is the mouth. The big tank that we've seen is your stomach, and the other outlet on the other side is literally your outlet as well, or the digester's outlet, where the waste that's going to be produced is going to go to. So what goes into the inlet is your food waste, and ideally what you want to do is you want to make sure that the food or whatever you're going to feed into the digester is as fine as possible, right? When you put food in your mouth, you chew it. If you swallow a whole lump of food down, you're going to have a very difficult, your stomach is going to have difficulty digesting it. Same thing applies with a digester as well. So the rule of thumb here is whatever goes into the digester goes in the form of a runny porridge consistency. So you've got to make it as fine as possibly. Ideally you want to put your food waste through a macerator, and you're going to add enough water and mix it so when you pour it, it's got a runny porridge consistency. If you put, for instance, a whole apple into the digester, two things is going to happen. One, you're probably going to block the pipes because that apple is not going to go through the pipes. Secondly, that apple is going to take a very long time to digest, because remember, an apple has got a limited surface area where the microbes can do their work. If you put that apple through a macerator, you increase the surface area where the microbes can do their work on 10,000 times. So you literally, a whole apple might take 2 or 3 weeks to digest, whereas a macerated apple might take 2 or 3 days to digest. So rule of thumb, whatever goes into the digester, chopped as fine as possible, add water onto it until you've got a runny porridge consistency. That is very important.
And here we have Nicky Isaacs. He's the manager of the Soul Fuel project, and behind him is his truck that we specially brought for this project. His job is to collect the food and to deliver it to the digester at the Kwasa Centre. This is Simon, and he's in charge of running the digester at Kwasa. His job is to take out the used material and put it onto the vegetable patch when it's done.
Okay, so basically what we've got 2 guys that's going to operate the system. Nicky, that's going to bring in the food waste, and Simon, that's going to make sure that we actually take equal amounts of material that we put in. If we put in a bucket of material into the inlet, because there's no outlet pipe taking the waste out of the digester, we need to actually take a bucket out of it so that we always maintain the liquid level inside the digester. If you don't take the equal amount out that you put in, eventually your digester liquid level is going to rise and it's going to overflow. So in areas where we've got a nice bit of slow, we'll put a pipe out of the outlet manhole that will regulate the level of the water inside your digester. Because your inlet manhole, your main digester and your outlet manhole, it's all connected with pipes. So your water level is going to be the same in the inlet, in the main digester and in the outlet. So it's very important that Nicky and Simon work together to make sure that when Nicky puts in a bucket load of food waste, macerated food waste into the inlet, then Simon takes the equal amount out of the outlet and takes that then directly to the vegetable gardens, because what you've got now is you've got a very high quality organic fertilizer that can be used as such in your vegetable garden.